guys, it's Sarah and I am here today to share my BookBuddyathon TBR with you. BookBuddyathon is a week-long readathon that is hosted by Elena at Elena Reads Books and somebody else as well. Her name's escaping me, but I will leave them both linked down below with their announcement video so you guys can go and check those out. And this is a readathon that I've participated in the past, and I've always had a great time doing this. The entire premise of this readathon is to pair up with somebody and you help each other to build your TBRs, you buddy read a book together, and it's really a lot about communication with another person during a readathon, and it's a ton of fun. And this readathon is going from July 20th through the 27th. So this year, they are doing things a little bit differently as far as how it's structured. It's very, very interesting. And it's based on a TV show that I believe is popular in England, and it's called Love Island. And the way that Elena described it was kind of a twist on The Bachelor, but instead of having, you know, one man for 20 women or one woman for 20 men, it's couples. So there's an even number of people going to this island, and they're really there to try to see if they can fall in love with somebody. And so Elena is obsessed with that show. So she created kind of like an island hop map for your TBRs. It's really interesting. So I printed out the challenges and put them in my notebook here. But as you can see, they're all in hearts, and it's, you know, you start here and you go here, and then you can go here or here, and then you go here, or you can go here or here. So it's very interesting the way that it's laid out. I think it's really cool. So what she has done is you kind of start at the beginning and you work your way through, and then there's going to be a couple of times where you could either go this way or you could go this way. So it definitely gives you more choices than anything, and I really like that a lot. I am pairing up with Lynn, who is actually one of my subscribers, and her and I have been talking lately, and we decided to buddy up for this readathon, so it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really excited to get to know her a little bit better. And the first challenge for this readathon is to buddy read a book together. That's really the entire reason for this readathon, is to buddy read something together. And for this one, it was fun because this is a book that Lynn actually sent to me, and she owns the book as well, and we talked about that before, and then we thought it'd be fun to do a buddy read, and then we thought, well, why don't we do the BookBuddyathon together? So it all kind of came about because of this. And that book is called Sal, and this is by Mick Kitson. I have no idea what this book is about, and I'm going to leave it that way. It is a short book, and yeah, we're gonna buddy read it together. So Lynn sent this my way, and thought I would like it, and then she has it as well, and she hasn't read it yet, so we're gonna read it together. I'm really excited to see what it's about. I'm going to go into this completely blind. I have not read anything about it. There's nothing on the back except blurbs. I haven't even read those. I haven't read the synopsis. I know zero things about this book, and I'd never heard of it before she sent it to me, so I'm just really excited to dive in and see what this is all about, but this is definitely going to be the first one for the readathon. The next challenge, which goes over to the next little heart, is read a book that your buddy picks for you, or pick a book for your buddy. So I picked one for her off of her TBR, she picked one for me off of my TBR, and I think this girl knows me because she picked The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. And I was so excited when she picked it because I obviously want to read this book so incredibly bad, and this is a good push to get it done sooner rather than later. And Karen Slaughter is definitely an author that I want to read so much from. I want to read everything she's ever written after reading Pretty Girls earlier this year, which is still one of my favorite books of the year. There's a couple that I've read lately that have been a little bit like they might give her competition. I haven't decided yet, but I want to read a whole lot more from Karen Slaughter. So this is her newest release, and actually one of my subscribers sent this to me as well, so I have the best subscribers. So this is the one she picked, and I'm really excited to get to it. This is definitely the biggest book on the TBR, but I know I'm probably gonna fly through it once I get started. So the next set of islands stems off of this one, so it's one that I could go one of two ways. And one way is it's depending on the star rating that I give this book. So once I finish this book, I need to figure out where I'm gonna go from there. So I don't really know yet. If I give this book 1 to 3 stars, which is probably not gonna happen, I would be shocked. If I give this 1 to 3 stars, then I need to read a book that has my buddy's favorite color on the cover. So for that, her favorite color is purple. And so I went to my shelves and looked for the purpliest book that I have, and I picked Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll, which is super shiny. Sorry, my lights are like completely going off that. I'm not expecting to read this book because I'm pretty positive I'm going to give The Good Daughter 4 or 5 stars. I really do. I think it's going to be 5 stars. But just in case, I do have this pulled. So this is the first book in a series. It's like a young adult urban fantasy series. I'm kind of interested in it. I do have the first 2 books, so I actually do want to get to this book eventually and see what I think and see if it's a series I actually want to get into. So we'll see. But for now, I have it put on this TBR just in case I end up going to that island. Now, if I give this 4 or 5 stars, which I'm fully expecting, then I need to go to the other island that has the prompt to read a book that includes a buzzword that my buddy picks. So I had Lynn pick a buzzword for me, and I had to pick something that has that buzzword in the title. And the buzzword that she picked was heart. So I went to my shelves. I had a few options, actually. I was surprised. Some of them were Jodi Picoult books, and those are kind of heavy for a readathon for me. And then the other one I was considering was The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Boyne, but that's a little bit of a longer book, and I wanted to pick some shorter books this time around. So the other one that I picked was The Hearts We Sold. This is by Emily Lloyd Jones. This is a book that I got in an Owl Crate box, and I'm kind of interested in it. It is a young adult book that is dealing with demons and a girl who gives her heart to a demon to get a wish that she wants granted, and kind of the implications from doing that. So I picked this one because it's, you know, a little bit of a shorter book, and the writing is kind of big and the margins are small, so I think I could get through it pretty quickly. So yeah, we'll see, but it has the word hearts in the title, so I grabbed it. Now, both of those islands go to the same heart, so this prompt is going to be on there regardless of which book I end up reading. And that prompt is to read a book that is set in a country that either you or your buddy wants to visit, so either one. And I'm going to choose my buddy. I am going to try to pick a book that is set in Australia. I had a little bit of a hard time. I had a couple of options, but I really wanted to pick something that was on my birthday reading project list because I need to make sure I'm making those a priority. And I wanted to have at least one on this TBR that had one of those books on it. The only one that came close was a book that is by an Australian author, but I'm not sure if the book is set in Australia or not. I couldn't find the information for that, but the author is Australian. I'm kind of assuming it'll be set in Australia, but even if not, I feel like if I read a book by an Australian author, I feel that counts. So I'm gonna count it. And that is A Mother's Confession by Kelly Rimmer. So that is going to be for this one. Now this one goes off into 2 ways as well. It's either if you pick a book set in a country that you want to visit, you go to a different island. If you pick one that your buddy wants to visit, you go to a different island. So since I'm definitely picking one for my buddy, then I am going to go ahead and just pick a book for that island and ignore the other one. So for this next one, it is pick 3 books that your buddy picks one of those 3 for you to read. So it's another one that she's picking for me. So I sent her a picture with 3 books, and she picked A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. Thank you, Lynn. I was so excited when she picked this. I sent her the picture and I was like, please pick A Court of Frost and Starlight because I really want to read this so soon. It's super short. I'm gonna fly through this in a day, like no problem. I know I will, because Sarah J. Maas's writing to me is so addictive. I fly through her books so quickly, even though a lot of them are bigger books. I just read them so fast, I can't put them down. And I'm really excited to read this installment of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, which is a trilogy, and then this is kind of a bridge novella to get into the next story arc that's gonna be taking place in this world. And I wanna make sure I keep up on these because I am buying these brand new when they come out, and I'm trying to read them as quickly as possible. And this is the newest installment, so I'm really, really excited to read this. I'm glad she picked it for me, and this will definitely be happening. And the last prompt is to read a diverse or a comfort read. So either something diverse or something that is just really in your comfort zone, and it's, you know you're gonna love this book so much. I'm gonna go with diversity, and I grabbed The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and this is definitely a diverse read. It's a young adult. I read her first book, Everything Everything, in one day, really quickly, actually, for a readathon at one point. So I think this one will be a quick read for me as well. And this is like the last island on the map, so we'll see. if I end up getting to it or not. I would love to. This is one that's been on my shelf for a while and I'm really excited to read it. And it's summertime, so it's a great time for a young adult contemporary book. And we'll just see. It's, you know, going to be my last priority just because it's on the last part of the read-a-thon, but hopefully I can get to it. Okay guys, that's it. That's 7 books on my TBR for the BookBuddyathon. That's a lot of books, but I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to read them and see how far I can get and how many things I can get read. I would love to be able to read all of them, and we're just gonna have to see how it goes. But I'm really excited to go on this journey. I will definitely be vlogging my reading wrap-up, so there will be a week-long wrap-up vlog going up at the end of the read-a-thon so you guys can see how I do, and I'll keep you updated and everything. And I'm definitely excited to talk to Lynn throughout the week and kind of get to know her a little bit better through this read-a-thon process as well. And I'm just really excited about it. So make sure you go check out all the details for the read-a-thon if it's something you want to participate in. It's not too late to go ahead and buddy up with somebody and do it. And I'm hoping you guys will join us. All right, have a great day and I'll see you again soon. Bye.